Montana. Big skies, endless fields, small towns where everyone knows everyone. For most people, this land is home. For others, it's opportunity. After years of drifting from job to job, chasing paychecks that never seem to last, one man has decided to start over. No farm, no house, no family land passed down through generations. Just $100,000, an old pickup truck, and a dream. A dream to build something that lasts. This is his story.
My name is Levi Walker. I'm 28 years old, and everything I own fits in the back of this old Ford pickup. I've got $100,000 to my name. No land, no house, and no guarantees. Most folks would say I'm crazy for trying to start a farm in today's economy. Maybe they're right, but every farm starts somewhere. And this is where mine begins. First things first, I need to find some work. Let's stop into the Tractor Supply and see if they have a help wanted board. Looks like there's a lot of field work help needed, but requires you to have your own equipment. But wait, look here. There's a deadwood contract. The landowner, David, just needs some dead trees cut down. Simple enough. Lucky for me, I have a chainsaw in my truck. So this is some easy, quick cash, and an opportunity to get my name out in the community. There's a number here. Better give him a call for the details. Hello, is this David?
This is he.
This is Levi Walker. I saw your deadwood contract on the help wanted board at the Tractor Supply. Is this still available?
Yeah, been up for a couple of days with no takers. It's yours if you want it.
Perfect. I can head out there right now and get those taken care of for you.
Sounds good. Don't think I know you. You're not one of the usual guys that takes contracts. Are you new to the area?
Yeah, I am new to the area and trying to get myself established in the area.
Well, consider the contract yours.
Thanks, David. I'll get the job done and give you a call once it's done.
Talk to you later then.
Right. Here are the woods that the contract is for. David's contract says the trees that need cutting are marked. Looks like this is one of them. Time to get to work. Into the woods searching for all the marked trees. Cut them down, then delimb them. A lot of physical work, but well worth it to get my name out into the community. Time to start building my reputation with the farmers in the area and build a network. Okay, here is the last tree. Cut it down, delimb it, and that's the job done. Time to give David a call to let him know the job is done. Hey David, it's Levi.
Levi, was wondering if you got lost out there.
All the trees are down and the job is done.
Wonderful. That saves me a lot of time and effort. Hey, if you are looking to get your name out there with the other farms in the community, then I suggest you stop by the Central Cafe. A lot of the old-timers tend to meet up there for lunch around this time. If you really want to get your name out there, then these are the guys who you want to get on good terms with. They usually will offer good paying contracts that could help you get yourself established as a reliable hand in the area, and will help set you up if you really want to establish a future for yourself here.
Thanks for the info, David. If you have any more trees that need cutting in the future, just give me a shout. Talk to you later, David.
Need a refill already, Hank?
Only if you're trying to bankrupt me with that coffee.
At your age, caffeine's the only thing keeping you upright.
Haha, you're the new fella everybody's been talking about.
Am I now?
Small town. Not much happens around here. Word gets around fast.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
You the one helping David clear out deadwood today?
Needed some work.
David said you worked hard.
Well, I was raised that if someone gives you a job, you give them a full day's work.
Your parents teach you that?
Mostly my grandfather.
Good man.
You never met him.
Don't need to. Any man still quoting his grandfather at 28 probably learned a thing or two worth keeping.
Fair enough.
So what brings you all the way out here?
I want a farm.
That's it?
That's it.
No big business plan? Investment scheme? Trying to become some social media celebrity farmer?
Nope.
What then?
I just want a place that's mine. Some land. A house. A family someday. Something worth building.
You know how many people come through this town every year saying they want a farm?
Probably a lot.
Most of them disappear before winter, because farming isn't the dream. Everybody dreams about harvest. Nobody dreams about fixing a tractor at midnight in a snowstorm. Nobody dreams about droughts, or hail, or banks, or broken combines, or working 18-hour days just to break even. Just telling the truth.
I know it won't be easy. Sounds encouraging.
How?
Because nothing worth having ever is.
Now that's something my father used to say. How much money you got left?
After moving out here,
Yep,
still got most of my 100 grand.
good.
That's good?
It's very good. Means you haven't bought something stupid yet.
Been tempted.
Let me guess. Saw a shiny new tractor down at the dealership. Don't.
Why?
Son, every new farmer thinks the answer is buying equipment. Equipment is what bankrupts new farmers.
So what should I do?
Learn. Work for people. Ask questions. Make mistakes on somebody else's dime. Figure out what kind of operation you want before you spend $1. Most old farmers eventually do.
You farmed your whole life?
46 years. I've planted crops in droughts, harvested through blizzards, seen farms grow, seen farms fail, seen 3 generations come and go.
Oh, that actually makes sense. And you're retired now?
Mostly.
What do you mean?
Farmers don't retire. We just complain about our backs more often.
Sounds encouraging.
You know what I think? I think you've got a chance.
You really think I can do this?
You worked today when you didn't have to. You came here looking for advice instead of attention. And you're asking questions instead of pretending you already know everything. Here,
What's that?
my number. If you're serious about farming, call me.
You barely know me. Why would you help me?
Because 30 years ago, somebody did the same thing for me. This community only survives when people help the next generation. I think you're stubborn enough to try.
I'll take that as a compliment.
It is. And besides, you're gonna need someone around here to tell you when you're being an idiot. More often than you think.
I appreciate it, Hank. After talking with Hank, I decided my next step should be going to a local area realtor to get a lay of the land and see what land prices in the area are running. Turns out that the closest realtor is located in the next town over from Moccasin. So back on the road I go once again. Looking out the truck, I take a moment to take it all in. Field after field of lush farmland. Big open skies. No wonder Montana has the nickname Big Skies. With enough time, work, and effort, one day, I too will get to own a slice of this heaven. Hi, I'm Levi. I'm in the market to acquire a piece of land in the area. I'm just curious as to what is available and what the prices are.
Hi there, Levi. I'm Sarah Caldwell. I sell land, farms, ranches, and occasionally dreams. The trick is making sure folks can afford all four. We have a few acres of land for sale right now. If you want cheap, then I would recommend Lot 140. It is 1.8 acres and costs about $43,776. It's not a very big piece of land, but it's a good starting spot if you want something cheap. Then there is Lot 141. The price jumps up with this one. 7.19 acres for a price of $174,624. Large increase in land size with room to grow. The downside is that you would have to build access to this property. I have two large parcels available for around the same price. The first is Wild Prairie Ranch, which is 18.22 acres and priced at $442,344. The second is Lot 142, 18.29 acres with an asking price of $444,048. I have Lot 146, which would give you 6.97 acres, and the price tag for this one is $169,200. If you are looking for a large wooded area, Lot 145 would be a perfect fit. It's 25.17 acres. It's the biggest lot I have available. However, it's one of the more expensive lots, with a price tag of $611,208. I have Lot 148, which is medium-sized. It comes out to 6.15 acres with a price tag of $149,328. I also have Lot 147, which is just a little smaller, and that is 5.24 acres for a price of $127,296. Finally, I have Lot 143. It is one on the smaller side of a large lot at 10.59 acres for $257,040.
I will have to go out and have a look at each. Definitely a lot to think about. Once I'm ready to make a move, I will give you a call and let you know.
You've got the right attitude, Levi. Most people come in wanting a farm tomorrow. You're willing to work for one. Land isn't just dirt. It's taxes, water rights, fencing, access roads, and 1,000 headaches nobody talks about. You keep putting in the work, and eventually, we'll find you a piece of ground worth calling home.
Thank you for your time. After a very insightful conversation with Sarah, I head out to my truck and look at the properties and numbers once again. I narrowed down the list to 3 properties that I want to go out and look at in person. First lot, 146, caught my interest. It was the 6.97 acre lot that cost around $170,000. Looking at the map, it looks to be a fairly decent-sized lot with plenty of farmland around it to expand into if they come up for sale. Next lot, 148, a 6.15 acre lot at the price around $150,000. Just like lot 146, it too has plenty of possibility for expansion around it. Last lot, 140, the smallest out of all the available lots, but also the cheapest, at just under $44,000. It's small, but according to the map, plenty of room around for expansion, and it's close to town. Time to get on the road to have a look. I think we will start with lot 148 and work our way back east, then back north.
You know, it's funny how life works sometimes.
A year ago, if someone had told me I'd be driving down a Montana back road looking at farmland, I'd have laughed in their face. Not because I didn't want it, because I didn't think it was possible. For most of my life, owning land was always one of those things that felt just out of reach. Something other people did. Something people inherited. Something people with more money than me could afford. I spent years watching other people build their lives while I was just trying to keep mine together. Working jobs I didn't care about, living paycheck to paycheck, renting apartments that never felt like home, moving from town to town, always working, always surviving, but never really building anything. I remember all those nights sitting at a kitchen table with bills spread out in front of me, trying to figure out which one got paid first, trying to make a paycheck stretch one more week, trying to convince myself that eventually things would get better. Some months they did. Some months they didn't. There were times I worked 2 jobs just to stay afloat. Times I slept in my truck because I couldn't afford a hotel. Times I questioned whether I was ever going to get ahead. And honestly, there were times I wanted to quit. Not quit life, just quit chasing the dream. Because every time I thought I was making progress, something happened. The truck broke down. Hours got cut. Unexpected expenses showed up. Life always seemed to find a way to knock me back a few steps. But every setback taught me something. Every bad job taught me something. Every mistake taught me something. I learned how to work. I learned how to save. I learned how to be patient. Most importantly, I learned that nobody was going to hand me anything. If I wanted a better life, I was going to have to build it myself. One decision at a time. $1 at a time. One day at a time. That's what brought me to Montana. Not because it was easy, not because it was cheap, because it represented a chance. A chance to finally stop surviving and start building. And now, here I am, driving down these roads, looking at actual properties, actual land that could become mine. It still feels strange to say out loud. Mine. Not rented, not borrowed, not somebody else's. Mine. It's crazy when you think about it. Every early morning, every late night, every sacrifice, every hour worked, every dollar saved, all of it led to this moment. I haven't bought anything yet. I haven't signed a single piece of paper. But for the first time in a long time, the dream feels real. Not someday, not maybe. Real. Of course, I'm nervous. Anybody would be. Buying land isn't exactly something you do every day. And if I'm being honest, I'm probably overthinking everything. Every property has advantages. Every property has problems. One has better access. One has better soil. One has more room to expand. And every single one comes with a price tag that'll make your stomach tighten up. But that's part of it. Nothing worthwhile comes without risk. Hank's been telling me that since the day I met him. Actually, a lot of people have. The folks who succeed aren't the people who never take chances. They're the people who take smart chances and work like hell afterward. That's what this is. A chance. A calculated risk. A step forward. The truth is, when I finally buy my first property, things are going to get tight. Really tight. I'll probably spend more nights worrying than sleeping. My equipment won't be impressive. My bank account won't be impressive. The operation itself will be tiny compared to most farms around here. No giant fleet of tractors. No massive grain bins. No fancy shop. Just a small piece of land. A pickup truck. A few pieces of equipment. And a guy willing to work harder than anybody else. But you know what? That's okay. Every farm started somewhere. Every successful operation was small once. Every farmer had a first field, a first crop, a first loan, a first scary step. Mine just happens to be today, or maybe tomorrow, whenever I finally make the decision. And when that day comes, when I finally own a piece of this Montana dirt, I know it's going to be difficult. I know there will be setbacks. I know there will be moments where I wonder what I've gotten myself into. But I also know this. Years from now, when I'm standing on my own land, looking across fields that I built, looking at a home that I earned, looking at a future that I created with my own 2 hands, every sacrifice will have been worth it. Every setback, every long day, every sleepless night, every single one. Because dreams aren't built when things are easy. They're built when you keep moving forward, even when they're hard. And today feels like the first real step toward making mine come true. Here it is, the smallest of all the lots. Lot 140, the small 1.8 acre lot. Though it looks small on the map, it looks a lot bigger in person. Yes, it's not as big as the other places I've looked at, but starting here would give me the most financial wiggle room without having to go to the bank for a loan. At just under $44,000, this is something that I could pull the trigger on today and still have the funds left over to go and get myself a good, small tractor and mowing setup to really get myself prepared for the future. Also, I could see about a camper to set up on the property, so I don't have to sleep in my truck anymore. A bed sounds a whole lot better than the back seat of my truck. I think this will be best. No time for hesitation. Time to call Sarah and buy this land.
Caldwell Land and Realty, this is Sarah Caldwell speaking.
Hey Sarah, it's Levi Walker.
Levi, good to hear from you. Did you get a chance to look at those properties?
I did.
And?
I spent most of the day driving around and walking the land. I wanted to make sure I wasn't rushing into anything.
That's smart. Buying land isn't something you want to do twice. So which property stood out to you?
Lot 140.
Lot 140?
Yeah. The more I looked at it, the more it made sense.
Tell me what you liked about it.
Honestly, it's small.
Most people don't lead with that.
Maybe not, but I'm trying to be realistic. I don't need hundreds of acres right now. I need something I can actually afford, something I can grow into. The location is good. The land is manageable. And most importantly, it gives me a place to start.
That's actually a pretty mature way of looking at it.
I've spent enough years struggling financially. I'm not interested in putting myself underwater on day one.
A lot of first-time buyers make that mistake. They buy more land than they can afford and spend years trying to recover.
That's exactly what Hank warned me about.
Hank Peterson?
Yeah.
Then you got good advice. Hank's done more in farming than most people ever learn.
That's what everybody keeps telling me.
So, am I hearing this right? You've made your decision?
I have.
You're sure?
As sure as I've ever been about anything.
Well then, Levi Walker, congratulations. You've just picked out your first piece of Montana land.
That sounds a little surreal.
Get used to it. You're officially becoming a landowner.
I don't think that's really sunk in yet.
Trust me. The first time you stand on that property knowing it's yours, it'll hit you.
I hope so.
The purchase price after taxes comes out to $43,776.
$43,776.
Correct.
That's a lot of money.
It is. But it's also an investment. Land tends to hold its value. And unlike most things you can buy, they're not making any more of it.
Fair point.
So what would you like to do?
I'd like to move forward. I'm ready to buy Lot 140.
Perfect. I'll start preparing the paperwork immediately. We can get everything signed and filed. Once that's completed, the property will officially be yours.
Just like that?
Just like that. Well, with a lot of paperwork in between.
I figured there was a catch.
There's always paperwork.
I appreciate all your help, Sarah.
That's what I'm here for. And Levi? I've sold land to a lot of people over the years. Most of them are looking for an investment. Some are looking for a weekend getaway. A few are looking for a tax write-off. But every once in a while, someone comes along who's trying to build a life. I think you're one of those people.
I hope you're right.
I think I am. Welcome to the first step of your dream.
Thank you, Sarah.
Congratulations, Levi. I'll be in touch soon with the paperwork.
I'll be ready.
Talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon. Okay, that's the land purchase done. Now it's time to work on earning that money back. But let's be honest, I'm gonna need more than some deadwood contracts to earn back that money. Hank may not like it at first, but I am going to need a tractor if I want to get any serious paying work. So let's head down to the dealership to see what they have. After speaking with a dealership employee and letting them know I am tight for cash and looking for a small setup, it's recommended to me to go for used. I am informed that they just had a Ford 6610 with 85 horsepower traded in and are asking for $11,940. I also inquire about a mower to use in combination with the tractor, and I am directed to an iMac RC 2000. It requires 80 horsepower to operate, just 5 short of what the little Ford. Next, I have a quick look at the contract board in the dealership and see David has another deadwood contract. I will go ahead and take that and give him a call to let him know. Time to head out there. And there she is, my new-to-me Ford tractor and little rear mower attachment. Perfect for mowing contracts when I start picking them up. But first things first, going to shoot a text message over to David to let him know I grabbed his deadwood contract and I am on the way. Hank is calling me. Guess this call was inevitable. Hi, Hank. What can I do for you?
Levi, was that you I saw down at the dealership? Buying a tractor after the conversation we had just had this morning at the cafe?
Yes, but I got a good deal on a used Ford 6610 and a small shredder.
I see. So, you made a reasonable and sensible purchase. Nothing wrong with buying a used tractor and small setup. If you had bought something big and fancy with lots of bells and whistles, then we would be having a completely different conversation.
I also went ahead and bought a small 1.8-acre lot for a really good price.
So, you got you a little piece of land too, huh? Just burning a hole in your pocket today, huh? Though I guess everyone needs some type of base of operation, even you. It might not be much now, but going small was a great financial move for you in the long run of things. Getting started, I would suggest you start out with small, easy jobs. Since you got a small, used tractor and a shredder, sounds like you were thinking the same thing.
Yes, sir.
I would have a look at the community contract website. Plenty of opportunities for work get posted there all the time. I would start with the mowing contract that Walter has as a start. I can give him a call and let him know to expect a call from you. Me and him go way back.
Will do. And thanks, Hank. That would be a great help.
Remember, get out there and learn first. Earn you some money and start growing your small operation. Baby steps, Levi.
Yes, sir.
Talk to you later, Levi.
Well, that was about the most Hank Peterson phone call I've ever had. I swear that man can go from chewing you out to helping you in under 30 seconds. The second he called, I knew exactly what it was about. Somebody must have told him I bought a tractor. Small town strikes again. I don't even know how he found out that fast. Actually, yeah, I do. Everybody knows everything around here. I bet half the county knew before I finished signing the paperwork. And sure enough, the first thing out of his mouth was asking if I'd lost my mind. I could practically hear him getting ready to lecture me. Levi, I thought we talked about this. Levi, I thought you were smarter than that. Levi, you better not have bought some giant payment you can't afford. Honestly, I was expecting a 20-minute speech. Then I told him it was a used Ford 6610, and that it came with a shredder. And suddenly, the entire conversation changed. Funny how that works. I think what Hank worries about most isn't whether I succeed. It's whether I make the same mistakes he's watched other people make. He's probably seen dozens of folks come through this area with big dreams, buy too much equipment, take on too much debt, then disappear a year later when the bills start showing up. I get it. Truth is, I probably would have worried too if I were him. But this tractor wasn't some impulse purchase. It wasn't about looking successful. It wasn't about having the biggest machine around. It was about having something practical, something I could actually use, something that could make money. And if I'm being honest, driving it home felt pretty good. Not because it's fancy, because it's mine. The first piece of equipment I've ever owned. The first real tool I've bought for building this operation. It's not much by most people's standards, but it's a start. And right now, a start is exactly what I need. Still, Hank got me thinking. The Deadwood contract is good money. The first one helped. This one will help too. But contracts like this aren't really a long-term plan. They're stepping stones, ways to build capital, ways to keep moving forward. Eventually, I need to figure out what direction this operation is going. What kind of business am I trying to build? That's the question. Do I keep focusing on property maintenance? Do I get into mowing, brush cutting, roadside work? Maybe contract field work for local farmers. Maybe a little bit of everything at first. The tractor opens a lot of doors. More doors than I had yesterday. And then there's Walter. I hadn't heard of him before today, but if Hank is recommending him, that means something. Hank doesn't hand out referrals lightly, especially not to somebody who's only been in town a short while. The fact that he's willing to put his name behind me, that means he's starting to trust me. I don't want to waste that. Actually, I can't afford to waste that. Relationships matter out here. Probably more than equipment. Probably more than money. People hire people they trust. And trust takes time to build. Every contract, every handshake, every promise kept. That's how you build a reputation. And right now, my reputation is all I've got. No history, no family name in the area, no established operation. Just me, a pickup truck, a Ford 6610, and a willingness to work. But maybe that's enough, at least for now. Maybe the next move is calling Walter, seeing what kind of mowing contract he's got available. Maybe it's a one-time job. Maybe it turns into something more. Maybe it leads to another opportunity. That's how things seem to happen around here. One job becomes two. Two jobs become five. Five jobs become a business. A business becomes a farm. And a farm becomes a future. It's funny. A couple weeks ago, I didn't know a single person in this county. Now I've got David calling me for Deadwood work, Hank giving me advice, Sarah helping me buy land, and apparently a guy named Walter might have work waiting for me. Not bad for a newcomer. Not bad at all.
Hello, this is Walter.
Hi, Walter. My name's Levi Walker.
Levi Walker? Well, I'll be damned. Hank said you'd be calling.
He did?
About 20 minutes ago. Said there was a young guy in town trying to build himself a farming operation the right way. Told me I should give him a chance if he called.
That sounds like Hank.
So, you're the fellow that's been helping David with Deadwood cleanup.
Yes, sir.
David speaks highly of you. That's two people putting in a good word for you.
I appreciate hearing that.
Around here, reputation matters, especially when somebody's new.
I'm learning that pretty quickly.
Good. Means you're paying attention. So, what can I do for you?
Hank mentioned you might have a mowing contract available.
I do. Field 49.
What's the story on it?
18.37 acres. Needs to be mowed before it gets completely out of hand. I've been busy dealing with some equipment repairs and haven't had time to get to it myself.
What kind of vegetation are we talking about?
Mostly grass, some weeds, Nothing too nasty. Should be straightforward work if you've got a tractor and shredder.
Actually, I just bought a Ford 6610 with a shredder setup.
Now that sounds like something Hank would approve of.
Funny enough, he called me this morning thinking I'd bought something expensive.
Let me guess. He started chewing you out before he knew what you bought?
Pretty much.
Sounds exactly like Hank. Been doing that for 40 years.
I figured I wasn't the first.
So you've got the equipment. Have you looked at the field yet?
Not yet. I wanted to call you first.
Good man. Most folks would just drive out there and start making assumptions.
I try not to do that.
Another point in your favor. The field sits just south of the old grain bins off County Road 12. You shouldn't have any trouble finding it.
Got it.
Take a look at it. If you're comfortable with the job, it's yours.
What's the pay?
For 18.37 acres? I'll pay fair market rate. You do good work and finish the field, you'll walk away happy.
That sounds reasonable.
More importantly, it'll give you another satisfied customer. And around here, that's worth almost as much as the paycheck.
I've been hearing that a lot lately.
That's because it's true. You keep people happy, and eventually the phone starts ringing on its own.
That's the goal.
Then you're headed in the right direction. Hank says you've got a good head on your shoulders. I trust his judgment.
I appreciate that.
Don't thank me yet. Go look at the field first.
Fair enough.
Give me a call afterward and let me know if you're taking the contract.
Will do.
And Levi?
Yes, sir?
Welcome to the neighborhood.
Thank you, Walter.
Talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon. After looking over Field 49, I called Walter back and let him know I'd take the job. He sounded pleased. Not excited, not surprised, just pleased. Like a man who'd already expected that answer before I ever picked up the phone. Then again, if Hank had already called him, maybe he did. Either way, once the call was over, I unloaded the Ford, hooked up the shredder, and got to work. And now, here I am. 18.37 acres of grass stretching out in front of me, the tractor humming along, the shredder chewing through everything behind me. Honestly, there are worse ways to spend a day. It's funny. A couple months ago, if someone had told me I'd be getting paid to mow fields in Montana, I'd probably have thought something had gone wrong in my life. Now, it feels like exactly where I'm supposed to be. Maybe that's because this isn't really about mowing. Not entirely. This is about building something. Every acre I mow, every contract I complete, every customer I leave satisfied, it's another brick in the foundation, another step forward, another opportunity to prove myself. And right now, proving myself matters. Nobody around here owes me anything. David didn't have to hire me. Walter didn't have to give me this opportunity. Sarah didn't have to spend time helping me find land. And Hank sure as hell didn't have to take me under his wing. Every opportunity I've gotten since arriving here has come from people deciding I was worth giving a chance. That means something, and I don't want to waste it. Not now, not ever. The thing that's been bouncing around in my head all afternoon is what comes next. I've got the Deadwood contracts. I've got this mowing contract. But eventually, I need to figure out what kind of operation I'm building. The Ford opens a lot of possibilities. It's not huge, it's not fancy, but it's capable. And capable is all I need right now. Maybe mowing becomes a regular thing. There are plenty of fields around here that need maintenance. Roadsides, pastures, vacant lots, property cleanup, brush control. The more I think about it, the more opportunities I start seeing. And unlike farming, most of those jobs pay immediately. That's important, especially now. Because let's be honest, after buying lot 140 and the tractor, my finances aren't exactly comfortable. I've still got money in the bank, but not enough to start making careless decisions. Every dollar matters. Every contract matters. Every opportunity matters. That's the reality of starting from scratch. You don't get the luxury of wasting money. You have to make smart choices. And for the first time, I feel like maybe I'm actually doing that. Maybe. I can almost hear Hank laughing if he heard me say that. He'd probably remind me that one good decision doesn't make me a genius. Fair enough, but at least I'm trying. The thing I keep coming back to is the land. Lot 140. My land. I still can't quite believe I own it. Sometimes I catch myself thinking about it, and it doesn't feel real. Somebody could hand me the deed, and I'd probably still stare at it, wondering if they made a mistake. For years, land ownership felt impossible. Now I've got a place to build from. It's small, but it's mine. And every pass I make across this field today is helping me move one step closer to developing it. Maybe that's why this work feels different. I'm not just earning money anymore. I'm investing in a future. My future. That's a pretty powerful feeling. You know, Walter said something earlier that stuck with me. He said eventually the phone starts ringing on its own. At first, I thought he was talking about contracts, but I think he was really talking about reputation. You build trust. You show up. You work hard. You do what you say you're going to do. And eventually, people remember. Eventually, your name starts getting passed around. Not because you're lucky, because you've earned it. That's what I want. Not overnight success, not some massive operation tomorrow, just steady growth. A reputation for being dependable. The kind of guy people call when they need something done. If I can become that guy, everything else will follow. The farm, the equipment, the house, the future. All of it. One contract at a time. 1 acre at a time. One relationship at a time. And maybe that's the lesson Montana keeps trying to teach me. Big dreams aren't built in giant leaps. They're built in small, boring, ordinary moments. Moments exactly like this one. Sitting on a tractor, mowing a field, thinking about tomorrow, and slowly, steadily, moving forward.